Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm going to where the Nile ends at the Mediterranean Sea with a guided tour through the town of Alexandria. And I'm not going to be able to talk much during this video, so I'm going to tell you now what we're going to see. There'll be a few stops. The first one will be at a place called Pompey's Pillar, where you will see this pillar and two of these Sphinx-like statues. And that's also where the ancient underground library is. Alexandria has been very active for thousands of years in maintaining manuscripts. And the next we'll be going to Biblioteca Alexandria, which is a brand new, almost brand new library that they built in 2006 that has 4 museums included in the library building. I'm just going to show you one of them and an overall view of the place. And then we're going to be going to Cape Bay Citadel, which is an ancient fort that looks like this. And then in between each of these places, I'm going to video some of the street scenes. And I think you'll find Alexandria is a very interesting city. The traffic is amazing, and what you see in the city alongside the streets is pretty amazing in various ways. So come along with me with this guided tour of Alexandria. So this is all the Greek temples that were been destroyed right in downtown Alexandria.
So these are the remains of the columns. We used to have about 300 pillars or columns like this, but unfortunately all destroyed by passing time or relocated and reutilized. The Holy of the Holies, where we are going to find the priest who is going to perform some certain rituals. This is one of the main centers for worship over here. On both sides you have niches for the offerings and sacrifices. The offerings, the food, will be put in these small niches. At the end you have the ox, Apis. But over here, this is a copy, by the way. The original already taken to the Museum of Alexandria. This is a fiber copy, so as not to be stolen, but identical to the original.
So these compartments are used to store food and supplies.
So in ancient Alexandria, we used to have 2 libraries. The big library of Alexandria that was completely burned during the war between the brother of Cleopatra and Caesar in 48 BC. The second library is over here. We call it the small library of Alexandria. That's why you have the same niches that you saw in the other building, but the niches are small and high.
So these are like library bookshelves? That's what these were?
Bookshelves.
Wow. Well, there's not many of them. There's a lot of wall space here.
So each one will be for papyrus scrolls and
This is what they call the library. That's some odd bookshelves. Really high for a bookshelf.
During the time they use the papyrus scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the design of this area. It looks like shelves. You see the design?
Yeah.
So it gives you the impression these are real shelves.
And where does this go?
This continuation of the tunnel. You can go a little bit down flight too, no problem.
Humidifier. What is the lagoon for?
Over here. This is the location of the lagoon.
So they fill that with water?
Yeah, they fill it with water. So the priests can purify themselves over here before going inside the temple. It's a condition to go inside, but only the priests can go inside the temple, not the masses. The common people were completely restricted from going inside the temple.
All right. They don't mind putting their laundry right out,
Yeah.
do they? That's kind of an eyesore. It doesn't look
Don't
good.
like to use the dryers. Where they receive the water of the river Nile, this is what we call the Nilometer. So they receive the water in this area, so that they can determine the amount of tax to be paid by the people to the emperor.
How long has the steel grate been there?
Oh, this is made by the Ministry of Antiquities. It is not ancient.
But that looks like there was some kind of a stage over there. And those long benches for seating? Or what, is that what it was?
No, no, no. At the end, this is just a temple. That's all.
This 不是你的手机吗？确定啊？
他们的手机。
好。
To claim that Alexandria is ancient and it has history, so as to encourage the people to come and live in Alexandria and settle down. So the early Christians used to escape to this location and seek hiding, so as not to be persecuted by the Romans.
Oh, they just chopped the heads off, didn't they?
Yeah, by passing time destroyed.
What are all these fronts of the cars?
These are spare parts. So they cut the cars because they get it second hand from different countries. It is not allowed to get the whole car, so it must be cut. So it's utilized only as spare parts.
What are those things hanging down?
It's meat.
Meat.
Yeah, certain kind of meat with garlic.
Really?
Yeah, the people in Egypt like it too much.
The lamb?
No, it could be beef.
Really?
Cow, yeah, cow beef.
This is in the library that was built in 2006 that I showed you before with that book bench.
The exhibitions all the way straight to the end, you will eventually get to the planetarium. And over there you will find the Sadat's Museum.
The guide said they have 2,000 computers in this library. I'm going to show you some of the things they have on display here. Printing presses. Printing press dated back to the 1800s. Wow, that's a lot of steel. And I bet you didn't know that the linotype machine was invented, don't know what year, but the guy who invented it died in 1899. Somehow I doubt this is the original linotype. And they've got some plates made out of iron. And look at this. Some more printing presses. And this thing is about 5 feet high. That's an envelope printer. And look at this huge thing. It's behind glass, so we got some bad reflections on it. This is the first time I've been in a library in ages. This is a huge one. So this library is like half an art museum, and I have seen a few rooms that are museums of paintings, which I didn't video as usual. This is a safe. Doesn't say what year it's from. Here's a better view of that without many reflections on it. If you got time in Alexandria, you might want to check out the new library. Very interesting, very different.
Okay, this is the Cultural Plaza. It contains the three main buildings of the library, which are the Conference Center, the Planetarium, and the Library Building. Starting with the Conference Center, it was opened in 1991, 10 years prior to the official inauguration of the whole library. It's specialized for events only. It contains 12 halls, and it can take around 3,500 seats.
Here's the outside of the library building. This is the Mediterranean Sea. So this is what we're going to see next.
And Egypt occupied 40 years after this. This is the water well supplying the whole castle with water. Right now, completely dried up.
This is the second floor. Nice model. Just went up the stairs to the third level. Several rooms here.
This is the port.
This is the very top floor. It's like a lookout tower. The large courtyard here. There's the lookout tower. So it's like this all the way around the perimeter. You can walk all the way around there. So that big slanted building is the new library. Shot of the courtyard from the side here. People trying to say some of it's good stuff. Jeez. Toilets. Oh wow, toilets. Well folks, this is the Mediterranean Sea. And this is the end of my guided tour of Alexandria. So, and the last tour of my whole set of videos from Egypt. Hope you enjoyed it. Good day.